Pāṇini Manjilibhyo Shabda Vidya Sampradaya Kartabhyo Vijayabhyo Paramatibbyo Madhyamibhyo Gurubhyaha. So you go for this.
Yeah, can you little bit up the webcam? Sorry.
That's what I thought. Beforehand itself I have done it. Now
Perfect. Sorry, yeah.
No, it's okay. What happens is sometimes, Chintana, will you do, Sumitra?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Just to give an outline. Any doubts, Sharma, in the last class?
I'm clear actually. It was still a conversation, so I'm good.
Acha, how many these things you put on the internet? That Ravindra, the police officer, was asking me. He could see only 2 or 3. Still, you have to put more.
Yes, it takes actually it takes longer time because I need to extract the core content of it and then So 4 is ready. Yeah, today morning only the 4th one I have published. So 4 are available. And there are more. 8 is pending, and today is the 9th one. So like we already have 13th or 14th classes, and I have only put 4. There are another classes going on, which is like from the Hindu Hub itself, how to attain moksha. There is a topic going on, the moksha topic. That is also need to be edited by me. So I'm taking care of other videos also. So I will be a bit slow, but all videos will go for sure, 100%. As I shared, as I shared the last time, there are many people are talking about it. The Shastras, the link which I gave you, the comments of people are considering that these things are. So I'm actually, when I develop, I make sure that it is reaching to the right people also. And so they are learning also at the same time.
Exactly, because that person is saying in the West, everybody is saying something, but they are not authoritative, etc. He was saying. What Rao said in this Shiksha class, there is, what is it, Encyclopedia of Indian Philosophy. Some book is there for what they are writing, we don't know.
Actually, the way you have, I guess everybody acknowledge that same part, and even Shiksha also, they say that you have the journey.
That's
they can say
true.
They can say that Sabda is this, but how Sabda is this, that only you know. As far as I know, the teacher, the how part you know, the what part they know. So what is what? Yes, I know, but how to reach that position, that journey, only you have the control. So even I say, if I say that I have been there for the Vedanta for last 4.5 years, the only thing which I miss after studying under you is the journey. Because what my teacher teaches, like it is based on the conversation, and what you have is based on the Shastra syllabus. Like this is this Gurukul Paddhati. What I have is based on my questions, and then there is answers, and then we go with the Bhagavad Gita as a class, as a second chapter, this and that. I go in a more deeper at particular level, but you have the journey, proper journey. So that is the beauty of what you are teaching us. So it is like a benefit for us, and as I always say, it is a Ishvara grace that which we are learning in a Gurukul Paddhati at today's time.
Yeah, that is actually this is what Sumitra was also saying, because she also approached a couple of teachers, but not satisfied. Well, what they do is generally just read out the sentence and they give this.
Exactly.
But actually, one has to go deep, and to go deep, one should have gotten that kind of Sikshana, that is Shiksha, whatever training, and that is. Tell me.
So the thing is, with you, we can at least have some confidence to teach other also, like because you are teaching from the different shastras and different perspectives are there. But from when I see other teachers and many other, it is I don't get a more confident. Probably I may be a Brahmanishta, but not a Shrotriya for sure. So Shrotriya, being a Shrotriya, what we need today is a Shrotriya only. We don't need a Brahmanist.
Actually, this is what I have been telling her also, so that once you study with me and do Chintana, that's all. You are ready to teach that same lesson which you learned. That standard should be maintained, and we will see that it will be. Otherwise, how longer will I go on teaching and doing things, and how many people would learn through that thing? Anyway, some knowledge it gives, whatever is there on YouTube, no doubt. But directly learning and raising questions, getting clarifications, and outlook should be in many ways, not simply looking at a single this thing.
Exactly. So at the same time, I can go on by taking whole 1 hour to praise you. That much you can say Shraddha I have on you. Another part is like when I ask a question, you understand the pain point of a student also, that where he is coming from, and you know that where to tackle from the which shastras.
Yes.
So that is also lacking in other teachers, like because they have understood only one part of it. When I went to we went to the Indica Oneness conference of Oneness in Kerala, October.
Mm-hmm.
There, if you, I told you, right? Shiv Shamita I presented.
Generally, you forget quickly. Oh, yes. Now slowly I am getting remembering.
I presented Shiv Shamita of Advait Vedanta Shiv Shamita. So I told you that you were asking me question also at that time when I was presenting. So there are many teachers, but again, they are specialized on one part. If we talk to them, they will come up with only one perspective. It is not the clear all perspective, like a darshanas, Vedangas, and all should be considered when you talk. Like same thing, Sabda is anitya, both are there. How to understand both part, that we cannot get from everyone. So that perspective need to be understood. Like you are saying that every sabdas cannot be translated. So what cannot be translated for sure. The English language is not capable, or even Hindis are not capable of it. So slowly I am going into the Sanskrit as much as possible to gain the actual crux of it.
After learning here the Shastras, etc., if you suppose on your own, you read the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or any text of your interest, then your understanding will be, speed will be there. Oh, yes, this is related to that. There is fat. And also you will go deeper. When compared to others, what they understand, what you understand, will totally different. But this is the actual purpose of Ashtādhyāyī in Gurukula system. Because I did not simply want money and say, yes, these are the things, pat, say something and chalo. So now I want to see how many people got how much and how the understanding was, because after 30 lectures or so and all the Chaturdashi Vidyasthanams, that is not a joke. No, outside if you say any Vyākaraṇa, if you go and ask him what is this Vedanta Sutram, no, don't ask me. Even my own guru was telling me, Rani Nasam Shastri, he was a Vedantin and also Nyayika. Nyaya Vedanta were his subjects. So when I was writing my thesis, drafting was going on, I went to have some clarifications in Mimamsa Shloka Vartika. Then I read out for him and he's saying, see, why are you bringing these subjects? No. So then I thought, oh, the problem is here. So 1000 years ago or so, how they were teaching actually, 2000 years ago, how was the teaching actually? When the Guru had command upon both Veda and Vedangas and Darshanas, and is eligible, is prepared, has got the thing to bring together all these things and total picture that is can be given, panorama can be given. That was there long ago. But later, even great commentators on Kaumudi, etc., those people who have, no, they don't, also don't have very much, for example, they don't touch Jyotisham at all. I have studied Channel commentaries each, Vyākaraṇa, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, Vedanta. Nobody touches that, because, and also it is not to simply downplay their role. They have done, simply gave their lives for the protection of Shastras and all, no doubt about it. But what happens is sometimes, depending upon just the horoscope, what you say, the memory power and Samyaspurti should be there. When a question is asked by the student, you should bring it from any Shastra. It should come out, that's all. No waiting, out of question. So that kind of this, I am trying to see to revive, but nobody is there. Let us see how far Sumitra will go on. Sumitra, you are about to say something.
Sir, actually, what I wanted to say is the education system has changed for us totally. See, as a student, we should know how to survive. Cooking or gardening, farming, law, medicine, basic knowledge about your anatomy of the body and the drugs that you're going to use day to day. These are all very important. And original history, what happened, what really happened in the ancient times, we have forgotten. Now when I go and say, when I was doing engineering, I wanted to pursue my law as well. Everybody demotivated, saying that you should specialize in one. You should not touch everything. So that is the idea of these days parents. Everybody says only that. Now if I go and say I'm learning this Shastra and that Shastra, again the same comment I get from my own family members. They said, just take one and do. What will I do? It's all like connecting dots. If I have to know dance, I should know music. The tala has to be there. So I should also know the percussion instrument and the mathematics of that. I should know the Sahitya. If I take a Muthuswami Dikshitar Kriti and if I try to encode it, it is full of Bija mantras. Unless I know the mantras or at least what he is trying to say, I should do justice to the song. With respect to music as well as Bhava, no one agrees. You just take music, just go do only music, just dance or do only dance. It doesn't work that way.
Why are they saying like that?
Because that is how we have been trained. We are tuned to that way. After 12th standard, you pick a subject. You specialize in that.
That is one.
It is like if you see so many fools, then you compare yourself with the fool actually.
That is so
true. You should not be like fool. At least have something with you where you can justify that you are not fool. So what we are fighting is what we are fighting for. We are not fool.
Because you are right actually. What happens is those people cannot study or cannot memorize or cannot teach it, and he thinks all others are just like him.
Definitely.
Suppose then what will happen? Suppose he says, you see what I am doing, what he is doing. My Guruji's wife, Veda Guru was there. His wife was saying, my eldest son, he did 3 MAs. Now he doesn't have a job. Why to go to university for MA? What are they forgetting, Sumitra?
Knowledge.
No, they are forgetting one thing. What is that? Karma.
Karma, they are forgetting.
Everybody
so happened to me as well.
Everybody's horoscope is not the same.
Definitely.
Forget. I am this is like this. You are also like this. And even in the houses, what you said, family members also. You see, those people whoever has got his class 60 is not riding on his motorcycle. Is not riding. They are taking medicines every time. Every 40 years after 6 months, you have to go to test class. That nonsense. If anybody notices me entering the hospital, he will take one photograph and put it to YouTube. The photo, then you will be. Then that will be a better lesson to you. Why these people for? Both horoscopes are both as of other not the same. There is gulf of difference. How can you do that? So you have to inject dharyam, saying. And these people get doubt. All those people got so many complaints. Why this person does not complain in a single thing? Not having any diseases, any problems is also a problem. Got the question?
That's so true. In 10th standard, public exams will happen. But I was pursuing my dance. I was professional dancer. I went to Delhi, abroad and everything performed. I was able to score 86%. Everybody said you will fail in your exam because you didn't attend school. I said I won't. They said no, you're overconfident. You didn't attend school, you will fail. You didn't learn. I said I can figure out my own way. Give me the book, I can figure out my own way. Why do you even care about it?
Self-confidence is misunderstood as overconfidence. Problem of understanding. Some people will have self-confidence. You should encourage them.
Yeah.
Your feet, you can do it. What is that? Nothing wrong. But these people, what they do? For everything, fear is the root cause of all these things. People, they did not, maybe we are not blaming anybody. Parents did not instill such kind of confidence or encouragement. Nor the teachers were not actual teachers. They were giving a lecture and going home, I am getting my salary and sleep. What is this? So what happens is, dharyam also should be given. So many things do happen. Since so many people are dying, do we go on thinking about what happens to me, corona.
I gave the same idea to my family members. My parents support, but they don't. They said you got married, so you should stop reading. He said, what kind of analogy is this? So you get married. I got married, so I should stop reading. Was the idea.
But where is this set?
I asked why. They said, tomorrow you're going to get a family. I said, anyhow, someday I'm going to die. So for that, I'll bring my own grave and sit inside and say, I'll die in someday else. So I'll sit in my grave. Is that way how the life works? Everybody, my uncles, aunties, everybody, they came, look, you got married. You should cut your classes. You should not read. I said, oh, okay.
Then how to pass time?
I asked them, they said, you'll have household works. How long? 1 hour of cooking in the morning, 1 hour of cooking in the night?
Work actually, just put it there. Cooking is done. Drop in the bathroom.
I am able to manage so easily. It takes only 3 hours for me. Rest of the day I'm simply sitting.
You will become like this if you do not work out, if you do not learn, if you do not think. Mind will get this thing.
And they were advising, if you're going to attend classes, have a servant maid. I said, I won't. I will do my cleaning work. Why should I ask somebody else to come and
clean? As you are capable of doing your own things, do it. When you require, take the help that doesn't. But in which Dharma Shastra or which Vyāda is this said that after marriage one should not study or learn?
God only knows.
Those are Pramana. Those are Pramana. Rishis are Pramana. Who did these Dharma Shastras? So Vyāda is also Pramana. So Ajaramara Prajnaha Vidyam Arthancha Sadhaye. That is Shastra. Jara is old age. Mara is Maranam. Ajaramara. As if you don't have old age at all, you don't have Murti at all. Just you have to gain, earn both money and knowledge. That is what is said. Otherwise, what happens? One will become mad. And thinking unnecessarily, so many people are dying, so many people are getting this. It is actually not the case. Negative, positive, Godari, Ganga, Vashrat, no? And all this.
Godari.
Don't have these people. Don't discuss unnecessarily. Do you have any problem? Tell me. Time and again, why would you get the problems? Even I do not. So don't discuss about those things. If anybody is going to tell him, you have more important work than that. Okay. So that actually behavior and daring and dashing and Tattvajnana moksha. Tattvam, what is this nominal? What is the Tattvam actually that is there? Is it really the thing? Because most of the people are living in Maya. They don't think about all these things. If every day you go on thinking about death is inevitable. Bhagavad Gita says, Jata Siva Dhruva Mrityu. Why should you discuss about that? What will happen? Sometimes you may get some problem, some ghayal ho jate hain. Sometimes you may get some injury, something. Yeah, these things are just routine. We don't allot much time for that. So more you learn, more you can train, more you can just this thing. So this science has spoiled these things. And unnecessarily too much of lust for money.
Not only lust, actually they want pramana for everything. And that they have only 2 pramanas, Pratyaksha and Anuman. Out of which we cannot prove anything in the world. We need and that's why we cannot go beyond that 2 pramanas. We are stuck to the end of 2 pramanas. Now if we talk to the Vedant, we cannot. Metaphysics cannot. Now psychology also, they want a praman with the Pratyaksha and Anumana. They cannot go with the Jyotisha.
Exactly.
How can one do? At the end, see in our BVP, Bharata Vidya Prashan Shiksha class also, there are some people who did not believe God, who did not have Veda Pramanyam, etc. But again, after going round, they came to the same spot like an ant. There were more dangerous Nastikas in Bhagavatam, etc. These are just nothing. These people are just nothing.
Yes. Good that my parents support me a lot. So are my in-laws and my husband. But other than that, everybody demotivates me. My cousins, everybody.
One should be lucky to have such people around. Sometimes what happens now, people do not have, they did not learn. That's a different question. Now it is a waste of time to discuss why they did not learn what. Isn't it?
Actually, I totally agree that it is again a karma that your family supports, because in me also, like I have 2 kids. My wife is very much supporting me. I am attending Mahābhāṣyam. She is going into the how to attend moksha classes. So So we both are actually spiritual in our direction. She's into the mindfulness also, which is a Vedic mindfulness, and she's also in a part of the company which is teaching mindfulness. So she's also in that same line. I am also in the same line. So our discussion is also more like a very comfortable.
Otherwise, it is not a joke. Because spiritually, when you learn, and the Shastras when you learn, you will have peace of mind. You will just make that the other people also around you also will get peace of mind because of your way of tackling things and behavior, etc. So those people will understand at the age of 60 or 70, then already my age is gone. They are ready for Mahaprasthanam.
My husband and I went for a Sanskrit camp right after our marriage. So that was our honeymoon place kind of. Everybody in the family were like, what you guys are doing for what? You guys got married. We just got shut. Closed our WhatsApp, mobile, everything. We went there. 10 days we had a very nice time.
Where?
In Bangalore.
Bangalore. Sanskrit class.
Yeah, because I just wanted to initiate some kind of idea for him. He is very much interested in that.
In Nagarajara?
No, it was in, there is a yoga center called Vyākaraṇa University in Bangalore. There Dr. Sridharji was taking, Srinivas Varkadi's student.
Sridhar?
He was conducting a beginner class, very beginner level.
He was writing books now?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay. Maybe another Sridhar or the same thing. Okay,
So I told him, you go and attend 10 days of the camp. He said, why don't you accompany me? I said, okay, fine, I'll also come with you. So we both sat on the same class next to next, and we were writing notes, coming back, practicing.
No, you can make use of these things. You can club, actually, one should club the materialistic life and spiritualistic. One should not tilt towards either this only, because people in the family should not get, disappointed or this thing. So, but how many people are there? After listening to my classes, many people turned this way. Even in Tamil Nadu, Tanjavur, Tamil University, I made them love Sanskrit. They are against English, I said, hey, don't do that. Sit down, what do you want of it? So it depends upon the teacher also, capability of the teacher also. If he is good, if he has got good command, if he is in a position to, capacity to just change the minds, that can be done. One should have self-confidence also. Atma Vishwasa, not Avishwasa. That is what is expected. So, shall we start this thing? What you call Chinta?
I just got a question in the first line of last class. Kuva Punaridam Patitam. In that you said Kuva is as where?
Avyayam. Actually, in most of the old works, you do not come across the term Kutra. Sapanyastral. Okay. Kim tra Kutra. Okay, atra, tatra, yatra, kutra. All these are avyayas, and all these are in saptami vibhakti. Atra means asmin pradeshe, tatra kasmin pradeshe, kutra kasmin pradeshe, etc. But these people generally Mahābhāṣyam, etc. they use kva. Pasurya prabhu vanshah pachalpa vishayamatihi raghuvansha pashisarga. So kva. Saha kwa, aham kwa. Where is he? Where am I? Like that. So kwa is used. Nowadays, after Kotra, is in Amarkosha also Kotra is there. In Kaumudi, he says Kotra is being used by many people. Let us start using, although it is not seen in many old texts. So kwa punaha idam patidam, punaha in question. Punaha, where is idam, this padyam, patidam is there. Where is this actually from? That means he is asking for to track that verse where it is taken from. Reference he is asking. This is how to refer. Proceed. Just to give the gist.
So the shlokas named Braja. Then he asked, oh, just because of shloka, can I take it as an authority? So in that case.
But shlokas are also kim shloka adi pramanam. But shlokas are also pramanam. That means mantras etc. can be pramanam because shloka can be just done by anybody. A person who has got some command of Sanskrit can just prepare a verse. So that also can be has to be taken as pramanam. That means whether shlokas are to be taken as pramanam or not is the question. Got it? Then.
So in that case, if that is so, one who wants to go to Swarga, he just collects a lot of copper colored pots. He set up a number of vessels and drank the Somarasa from them. But he could not go to the Swarga. Then how come you say just a spoon of Somarasa from Kratu or Vyagnya, how can he go? Was the discussion that they are having. I forgot the next line. Pramatta Gita Esha Tatham.
This is Pramatta Gita. That means without knowing the actual this thing, just he was saying he is not trained well. He had a different opinion. That means not almost a Nastika. These are the words of a Nastika almost, you can say.
Okay.
So that
so
is
the pramanam given by a well-versed person should be taken. Is the idea that they are trying to convey. Avidvamsaha, the next thing that we were seeing. So one who goes for a pravasa, the student, the Shishya, one who goes for a pravasa, offers abhivadaya to his parents, and on return he has to do the abhivadaya to the guru. Nama Gotra Purvaka abhivadaya. So in that case, the guru has to do the pratyabhivada, where he will use the pluta. He should use pluta. So that can be done only if the person is known to Vyākaraṇa. So pluta has to be done in the pratyabhivada, but should be done only in the pratyabhivada time for the Shishya when he comes back and says his abhivada. So in this matter, having written from the Prabhasa, just like in the case of ladies, where I am aham, like this is me, is enough for ladies and Shudras. Let us not become that kind of people, or like ladies. They need not offer at they do not know Vyākaraṇa. Only if the person is known to Vyākaraṇa, you have to do the proper abhivada. Otherwise, you can just say I am aham of that sort, and you can just.
Good. It is over?
Yeah, it's over.
Next. Read out next one.
Vibhaktim kurvanti. Yagikaha padhanti prayajaha savibhaktikaha karya na chantarena vyakaranam prayajaha savibhaktikaha shakyaha kartum vibhaktim kurvanti.
Savibhaktika. Okay. Vibhaktim kurvanti. In sometimes we will not discuss Oha. In Oha, what did we discuss? Agnaye Swaha is there in Veda. You want to perform Surya Yaga, then Agnaye is to be replaced by Suryaya. Because Agni is ending in E, there will be Agnaye, Haraye, like that. But here it is ending in A, Surya. So it will become Suryaya. So Oha is to be done. The same thing here also. So Prayajaha, Anuyajaha are Yajnangas in Yajna. Okay. There are certain angas. Angas means subordinate things. Principle is yaga. That's for Mahābhāṣyam, Sarvakamo, Yajeta, something like that you can say. Then Ido Yajati, Samidho Yajati, Tanu, like that, a list of prayajas and anuyajas, certain karmas say, avantra karmas. Okay, sub-activities. So Pāṇini says, prayaja, anuyaja, yajnange, Pāṇini Sutram is there. So what Pāṇini says is, if it is a yajnanga, then do not make kotvam. If you make kotvam, it will become prayaga anuyaga. So here, without kotvam, prayaja anuyaja shabdas are in usage if it is yajnanga. Here, vibhaktim kurvanti, people, the yajnikaha means not people who supervise yajna. Yajnikaha means yajnakandaka the mantra. Some great scholar was asking me, what is yajnikaha? Then I said, yajnakandaka the mantra, but not these rituals. Generally, yajnika means ritik only it is taken. But here in this context, yajnikaha pathanti. In English, we say Bible reads or Bhagavad Gita reads. Like that, pathanti. Pathanti means the mantras are there in Yajnakanda Gata mantra. In Yajnakanda, their mantras are there. Yajnika Pathanti. Kim Pathanti? Prayajaha Savibhaktikaha Karyaha. Prayajaha are there. You have to add the vibhaktis to them. Savibhaktika. Vibhakti is there. With vibhakti savibhaktika. You see, this sa is nothing but in the place of saha. Saha means along with. Okay, saha becomes sa. So the savibhaktikaha. So together along with vibhaktis. That means add vibhaktis to these prayaja mantras. Is it clear? It is stated in Yajnakandakata mantra. Then Tan Nacha Antarena Vyākaraṇam. See, Antarena Yukte Pāṇini Sutram is there. Karakam. Sumitra. Antara or Antarena, then Tritiya, Didiya will come. Vyākaraṇam Antara. Antarena. Without Vyākaraṇam, is an avyaya. Antara is an Antarena, both are avyayas. Nacha Antarena Vyākaraṇam Prayajaha Savibhaktikaha Shekyaha Kattum. Without Vyākaraṇam, how will you make prayajas as savibhaktikas? You should know what is vibhakti, isn't it? So vibhakti is so just some out says those vibhaktis are there. Subvibhakti, Suptingantam Padam. Thing is also vibhakti. Certain tadhita pratyayas are also called vibhakti by the name vibhakti. So vibhakti means sup and thing. So vibhakti and thing vibhakti mainly. Okay. So those vibhaktis are to be added to these prayaja mantras. Who can do this? Only Vyākaraṇa. The knowledge of this thing one cannot do. Is it okay?
One question here. When we say vibhakti, what is the definition of vibhakti? How should we interpret the vibhakti? In general, I can say preposition, then one can understand, okay, in the place of in, at, and all that. So vibhakti is something very similar to that. So can you throw some light on it?
Note down. Vibhajyate Pratipadikārthaha Anaya iti vibhakti. Vibhakti is a strilinga shabda. Dvi upasarga bhaj sevayam dhatu Triyangtin bhave. So Triyangtin esotram is there. Ratihi, Matihi, Vibhaktihi, Bhaktihi, all these ending almost not all. Because there is another prachaya Tich. That is in Pumlinga, Katihi, sometimes in Pumlinga. So most of these ending in Ti are Striyangtin Pāṇini Sutram. A Krit prachaya. Krit prachaya comes on a root, verbal root. Okay, Ting prachaya also comes on a verbal root. If you take Pach, Pachati, Ting prachaya. Pakaha, Ghai prachaya. That is Krit. So both Krit and Ting, only two prachayas will come on verbal roots. Tadhita prachaya is the one which is added on a subanta. Dasharathasya apachyam puman dasharathi. Okay. Parvatasya apachyam stri parvati. So parvata you are taking. It is a subanta. Okay. On subantas only tadhitas will come. Now, what is this meaning? You have studied Karakam. What is Karakam? Kriya Janakam Karakam. Isn't it? What is Karaka? Karaka means Shakti Karakam. What is Shakti? 6 types of Shakti is there. Kartru Shakti, Kartru Karakam, that means Kartru Shakti, Karma Shakti, Karana Shakti, Sampradana, Apadana, Adhikari. Shakti is nothing. These Shaktis are there. Actually, what are you doing? You have taken one Pratipadika. Take Rama. Okay. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. There you added Supratyaya in Prathama Vibhakti. Which Karakam? Kartru Karakam. That means Rama is the Pratipadika. The Pratyaya is separating Rama from other Shaktis. In Rama, 6 Shaktis are there accepted. Kartu Shakti, Karma Shakti, Karma Shakti, Sampradana Shakti, Apadana Shakti, Adhikarana Shakti. Isn't it? So this Prachaya, this Vibhakti Prachaya, what it does is, the Pratipadika has got some meaning. Rama means certain meaning. It separates Rama from other Shaktis. Rama, Ramo, Rama. Suppose go to Ramam. There what are you doing? Karmani Ditiya you are doing. That means this Karma Shakti that is there in Rama, you are extracting. Ramena Hataha Vali. By Rama, Vali is killed. Here, Ramena is a Karna Karakam, Karna Shakti. Because he became an instrument in the activity of killing Vali. Is it clear? Then Sita Ramaya Pustakam Dadati. Sita is giving a book for Rama, actually for Rama, to Rama it becomes. There he is in Sampradana Karakam. So when you say Shaktis, 6 Shaktis are there, Pratipadika is one and only one. You are not changing the Pratipadika. This is Rama only. It is Krishna only. It is Vraksha only. Whatever Pratipadika you take, only one Pratipadika. But you go on adding Vibhaktis to denote different Shaktis. So the Pratipadika, what is the meaning of this Pratipadika here? Karma. Ramam, what is the meaning of Pratipadika here? It is Karma. Ramena, what is the Pratipadika? It is Karma. That means same Pratipadika you are taking, go on adding different Vibhaktis to extract different Shaktis. Now you understand what is Vibhajyate Pratipadika Anaya.
Anaya iti vibhakti.
Anaya because Vibhakti Shabda is Strilinga. Vibhakti, Striyantin, that's what I said.
Okay.
Vibhakti, Bhakti, Rakti, Mukti, Vibhakti. All these are Strilinga Shabdas. That's why I said Tin Prachaya. So what you ask is for what is Vibhakti. So I am giving you the what you call Prakriti Prachaya also. Is it clear?
Yeah. Isn't this way that Vibhakti should be taught even as to a beginner?
Has to be taught. People are not teaching like this. People simply say Karakam, Karakam. But what is Karakam? Is it
that is also not happening these days. Unfortunately. That is also not happening these days, unfortunately.
Not happening. So people do not simply say that. So Shakti Karakam, you said, but Dravyam is there, Shakti is there. You are going to physics. Mass and energy, both are different or one and the same? One and the same according to Pāṇini. Because you cannot separate. But when you are using it an axe to cut a tree, then what you are using is no doubt superfluously it is Dravyam only, but which is the thing that is actually doing is involved in the activity that doing cutting. Who is cutting? Is it like the axe or the energy that is there in the axe? Shakti only. Suppose you keep the axe here, tree is there, can it cut? No, you have to lift it and you have to. Then the Shakti that is there in the axe is going to cut it. So Ramaha Chaitraha Gacchati or Padma Pathati, the Shakti that is there from inside will come out and act in this activity. Padma is sitting like here. Will the reading take place? No. She has to bring out, as you know in Shiksha how Shabda is born.
Yeah.
Atma Buddhya Sametyartham. Like that she has to make an endeavor, initiate, do something. That means sending the air upwards and touching all that effort. That is a thing, but then only that will be there. Yajnika Pathanti, like that. So Shakti Karakam is the Siddhānta. Now is it clear? Now proceed. Vibhaktim Kurvanti, it is okay.
Yova Imam.
Yova Imam, in beginning he is giving.
Yova Imam Padashaha Swarasho Aksharashascha Vacham Vidadhati Sa आर्त्विजीनो भवति आर्त्विजीनाः स्यामेत्यध्येयं व्याकरणं यो वा इमाम्.
What is this? Yaha, which person? Imam Vacham, Vak is Strilinga. So Imam is saying, Imam, Visheshana. Imam Vacham, Padashaha, Padam Padam, for every word. Swarashaha, for every swara, Datam Data Sarita. Shaha, Akshara Shaha. Akshara means Ach plus Hal is called Akshara. Akshara, Ach also can be Akshara, Hal also can be Akshara, but here it is taken as Ach Sahita Hal. That is Akshara. So Aksharam, Aksharam. Naksharati Aksharam. We are going to study at the end. So it which will not get perished is called Aksharam. Isn't it? You see, without philosophy, tell everybody, without philosophy, you cannot study Vyākaraṇa. You means X. Anybody. Where it comes. Even the Western linguists or anybody, ordinary people, you ask, how are you getting the Shabda? He would say, on Shabda, I am just getting areas, touching my sense organ. So on the road, someone is walking with open mouth. There should be some sounds. He goes, and then people would laugh at him. Hey, what are you doing? Don't come out. Go and lock in a room and do all the things. But on the road, don't do. Children are there. They will get. Children are afraid of this thing. It may be a ghost, so making sounds without reason. It is a ghost only. So don't do that. Like that. So what happens is Shabda, how it is produced, it is coming up. Chaitanyam Sarvajantushu. This is what is said by Bhartrahari in Vakyapadiya. See, what is the Chaitanyam Sarvajantushu? Chaitanyam is there. Sharma, this is nothing but Sattva Chitu Anandaropa in Vedanta. Whatever Chittu you heard there, that is nothing but Chaitanya only. If you go to Charaka Samhita, there also Chaitanya. Without Chaitanya, body is there. What would the doctor do? What can he do? There is no Chaitanya. Brought dead. Brought dead. Hospital gives a certificate. What do you mean by death? What is the difference between a living person and a dead person? Chaitanya. And if Chaitanya is not there, then Bhartrahari said, Drishyate Kashtha Kudyavat. He looks like a Kashtha. Drishyate Kashtha Kudyavat. He looks like a Kashtha, a dry stick, a Kudya, a wall. When a Chaitanya goes out, then he looks like a, that's why some people say Kashtha, Kashtha. In Telugu they use Kashtha. Dry stick, the dead body. Understand? Now, so what happens is Yova Imam Aksharashaha Varnashaha Ima Padashaha Akshar Svarashaha Aksharasya Vacham Vedadhati. One who can do this, Saha Artijino Bhavati. Because whatever we have said in what we call the Voha, we said Vibhakti is to be done, Lingas, etc., have to be changed, etc. So Vedadhati who can do that, Saha Artijino Bhavati. What is this Artijinaha? Ritvik, you know. Ritwijam Arhati. He is eligible to become a Ritvik. Who? Yajamana. Two people will be there. One is Yajamana, who is doing the yaga. The other is who is Ritvik, who helps him in performing the yaga. Yajamana will be there, Ritvik will be there. This Artijinaha, Yajnatibhyang Dhathayau, one Pāṇini Sutram is there. So, Karma Arhati. That Ritvik Karma Arhati iti Artijenaha Purohita. Ritvik. Isn't it? So, Ritwijam Arhati, one who, see, Yajnam Kuriyat, Yajnam Karayat. I have said in the earlier, Yajanam, Yajanam, Dana, Pratigraha, and what the last one is Adhyapanam, Adhyapanam, Yajanam, Yajanam, and Dana, Pratigraha. These Shat Karmas are must for a Brahman. So he should perform yajna. Therefore, he will become eligible by learning Vyākaraṇam to become a Ritvik, Yajamana. And if a Ritvik learns Vyākaraṇam, since he can change the Padashaha, Aksharashaha, Swarashaha, all these things, he will be elected as a Ritvik for performing a yaga. Artijena, Ritviktam Arhati, Kaprachya. Ka is replaced by Ena. Are you getting? Sumitra.
Can I compare this with the estu prayunte kushalo visheshe line that we learned?
Yes, certain verses have gone earlier like this. He will be eligible.
I'm able to give some kind of relationship between these two.
He is just giving more and more references from Rigveda and other things, simply to show that the Vyākaraṇam is so essential.
That's important.
And so important. So Vibhaktin Kurvanti is as good as the earlier ones, Roha, etc.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Oh, yes. Artijena, Syama. Let us become Artijena. Okay. For that, let us learn Vyākaraṇa. Yova Imam is over. Next.
Chatvari Shringa Trayo Asya Pada Dve Shirshe Sapta Hastaso Asya Tridha Badho Rushabho Roraviti Mahodevo Matyam
Matyagam Avivesha.
Matya Avivesha.
Matyagam Avivesha. Matyan, it means. Okay.
Matyagam
Avivesha. Chatvari Shungathayo Asya Pada Dve Shirshe Saptahastaso Asya Tridha Badho Vrushabho Roraviti Mahodevo Matyagam Avivesha. This is from Rigveda. Maybe in Yajurveda also. Certain mantras will be there in both in Rigveda and Yajurveda. In Atharvaveda, you will come across mantras that are seen in Rigveda and Yajurveda. Samaveda is nothing but Rigveda only plus Samagama. Samaveda is separately not there. Rigveda only. You just add Samagama, it will become a Samaveda. Okay? Now, actually, when someone is doing this Abdikam, you know Abdikam? Abda means year. Yearly death ceremony is called Abdikam. Okay? There, see, you have seen this on YouTube. My grandson was performing Agnikarya. If it is Brahmachari, it is Agnikarya. If it is Grihastha, it is Avpasana. Avpasana means Agnikarya only, to Agni only. One has to do morning and evening. So since these people nowadays nobody is doing what they do at the time of Abdika, the Purohita says, Vichanna Upasana Grimsan Panasandhasye. Upasana is Vichanna, it is interrupted, it is not continued. So again, I will do the Upasana. That is the meaning of that thing. So then he will do all the things in Agnihotra and then goes for Abdika mantra. Procedure, you understand the procedure? There, while performing this Upasana, this is the Ruk that is pronounced. Chatvari Shrungaha. Shrunga means, you know, horn. 4 horns are there. Trayo Asya Padaha. 3 legs are there. Keep one thing in mind. If you yourself study Niruptam, there also this Ruk is commented. Slightly different in a different way. Okay. So here, according to Vyākaraṇa, Patanjali comments this Ruk in line with Vyākaraṇa. That keep in mind. In Niruptam, you will find tomorrow, say, you said this thing, but in Niruptam, I find a different interpretation of it. In Nirupta, different interpretation is different. Unless and until you study 2 Shastras, you do not know that the same Ruk is here and there both. Anyway, like that, some more Ruks are commented both by Yaska in Nirupta and Patanjali here. Keep it in mind. Tomorrow you may look at it. Chatvari Shrangaha Trayaha Asya Padaha. Trayaha Asya Padaha. They 2 heads. Here from his head. Saptahasta, so Asya. 7 hands are there. This is Hastaha, it should be, but it is Vyada now. I told you, Hastasa.
Okay.
These are the examples for Vedic Shabdanam. You said no. This is the Vedic.
Yeah.
Dharma, are you getting Hastaha, Hasta in Loka? In Veda, Hastasaha. Like the Devasaha, Prajasaha, such usages you will come across. Don't get, oh my God, what is this? Saptahasta, so asya tridha baddhaha. Tridha, in three ways, three places, baddhaha, it is tied up. Bandhanam, baddha. Huh? Tridha baddha. Rishabha, that Rishabha, which that ox, is Roraviti, Rushabde. Roraviti means, oh, it is roaring. Roaring is from this only, Rushabde, from that only. Roraviti means making, oh, heavy sound.
Loud noise. Roaring sound.
Roaring, yes, roaring is correct translation. It is roaring. Mahan Devaha, great Deva, who is he? You will understand. Mahadeva, Marchan Avivesha. That means Shabda Brahman. Shabda is there now. Otherwise, how Varaviti is possible? So, because that great Rishabha, like Rishabha makes sound. Rishabha, ox, makes a great sound. So, where the sound is coming from? How a person? So, Maha Devaha, Mahan Devaha, the great Deva, Marchan, Manushyan, human beings, Avivesha, he just entered those people and staying there. Martya means Marana Dharmanaha. Patanjali will give the meaning. Murti is there now. The one who has got Murti death is called Martya. Manushya, Manusha, Martya, Manuja, Manava, Nara, Amrakosha. You have to quote immediately. Manushya, Manusha, Martya. From Manu, these people have come. So, Manushya, Martya, Marana Dharmanaha, Manava, again from Manu. Manushya, Manava, Nara, Nuru, Nara. Okay, these are the names for Manava. Manava. So now you read that Bhāṣyam.
Chatvari Shringani Padajatani Namakhyatopasarga Nipātāṣca.
One. See, Chatvari Shringa. What are the when you are describing a Shabda, okay, what are the four Chatvari Shringas? Nama, Akshata, Upasarga, Nipata. Four kinds of these things are there. The cha is has got some meaning that I will explain later. So first Nama. Nama means the word name is from Nama only. There is his Nama, here is name. Most of the English Shabdas also from Sanskrit only. So Nama, Akshata. Akshata means Kriya. It's Sabandham Tengantam. The noun and verb. Akshata is Kriyapadam. Okay, just keep in mind. In Vyākaraṇa, Akshata means Kriyapadam. In Mimamsa, when you say Yajeta, in Mimamsa, Yajeta, Ta is there, no one Prachaya, that is called by the name Akshatam. The first Yaja is called Dhatu. So Dhatu Akshatam in Mimamsa. In Vyākaraṇa, Yajeta itself is an Akshata. In Niruktam also. So Nama, Akshata, Upasarga. Upasarga Kriya Yoge Pāṇini Sutram. Okay, here what happens? I might have given Haraha, very good garland. Praharaha, stroke. Samharaha, killing. Upaharaha, gift. Apaharaha, stealing. Okay, Prahara, Aharaha, food. That means by changing the Upasarga, Prapara, Apa, Sam, Anu, Ava, Nis, Nir, Sudur, Hi, Ang, Ni, Adi, Api, Prati, 20 Upasargas are there, or 22, whatever. Dur, Dusle, Prog. These Upasargas, by adding before the Kriya, the meaning altogether changes. For example, Gacchati, going. Agacchati, coming. So, the Upasarga is so strong. That one verse is there, I will give you later. Because if I go on giving, even this will take 1 year. So, Upasarga Balat, Anyatra Niyate Dhatpartha. That is the verse that is there. In Kaumudi it is there. So Nama, Akshata, Upasarga, Nipata. Nipata has got again two meanings. Here in Vyākaraṇam, Nipata means Pāṇini gives the complete word from which you have to separate the Prakriti and the Prachaya. Are you getting?
Please.
Not only Sotram, Semantah Kesheveshe. Semanta is there now in 4th month or 6th or 7th month of pregnancy. It is done. And the parting is done with the thorn of a that wild pig from our forest. Its name is there, some name, English name. In forest, you find the thorny pig which comes round and round and hits you.
Yes.
Oh, and I did not see whether hit it to you or not. But the thing is that it generally does. That thorn is to be brought. That thorn parting, mang, chama, mang is to be done. That is Semanta. Here, what Pāṇini says is, that it is Kacha in Vartikam. Kesheveshe, when you refer to this mang or part, then Sema Antaha will not become Semantaha, Sarvane Visandhi, but it will become Semantaha Paravoksandhi. If the meaning is Keshevesha, that means if the meaning is not Keshevesha, then Semantam Anubraje, in Artik Mantras it comes till the border, I will go along with
Semantam.
Bhaktas will be there, no, along with them, you have to go. That is Semantam. Understand? So this is Semantaha is a Nipata. Nipata means pronouncing the ready-made word. Sumitra, note down Vidhi into Nipata. Nipata. Vidhi means the Patanjali gives you the Prakriti and Pratyaya. You have to combine both of them and get the word Padam. Prakriti plus Pratyaya is equal to Padam, that is Vidhi. Nipata means Padam is given. Padam. From that you have to just separate the Padam and get Prakriti and Pratyaya.
Okay, reverse engineering.
Reverse gear. Just opposite. These are only two ways through which Pāṇini gives you Shabdas in Vyākaraṇa. Either Vidhi or more Nipatas you will come across. Shrotriyam-Chandodhite. One is reciting Veda every day. In that sense, Shrotriyaha is correct. Shrotriyan Nakara is for Swara. In charge the Ajudata Swara. So Shrotriyaha. That means Shruti, which means Veda. And Iya means Ghaprachaya is there. Gha becomes Iya. So Shrotriyaha. So Pāṇini is giving a Nipata, Shrotriyam-Chandodhite. In the sense of a sentence, Shrotriyaha is a Nipata. A beautiful, one more beautiful one I will give. This is from Shrotriyasya Kamahatasya. You will find in Taittiriya Upanishad. Usage from Veda I am giving you. This is Yajurveda. Another beautiful example he gives in Nipata. Kshetriyacha Parakshetre Chikitsyaha Atharva Veda. Kshetriyaha is a Shabda that is sadhu. If the meaning is Parakshetre, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Bhagavad Gita you come across. That Kshetra. So Parakshetre in another body, Chikitsyaha is to be treated. What does it mean? Ani says this Kshetriya is a word which means if the person with the raga is to be treated in another body. What does it mean?
Yoga is to be treated in another body.
What about this body? You have to question. What about this body? Incurable disease. In Ayurveda, you have Sadhya, Kashtasadhya or Yapya and Asadhya. If it is a Asadhya yoga, it is called Kshetriya. Then what about treatment? You can do treatment. Pāṇini is cracking a joke. You do treatment, but in another way. Thank you. That means, what does it mean? Doesn't he know that the present body is there? He knows. That's why he says, another body. Let us treat the raga in another body. What about this body? Then you bring another body. Then also, like on the wall, you write, borrowed next tomorrow. Tomorrow will be there always on the wall. Similarly, you bring another body with the same disease. Then he says, Pāṇini, in another body, it is to be treated. That means
Cannot be done anything.
Incurable.
Incurable disease. That disease, one has to die with that. It cannot be cured. See how the way he expresses the meaning, the way he speaks. That is the greatness of Shastra. Parakshetra you are talking about. What about this Kshetra? He doesn't say anything. That means quickly. Okay? These are called nipatas. So, nama akshata upasarga nipataha. Nipatas cha. Cha is there. By cha, Nagesha says, para pashyanti madhyama vaikhari, 4 kinds of things are there now. They are to be taken.
Oh.
See, not only these things, but for those things are also to be taken because of chakara. Chakara is called samuchayaka. Samuchayaka means in the sense of also to be added. Okay, next.
Trayo asya padaha trayah kala.
You said 3 padas, 3 legs. What are they? Go on.
Bhuta bhavishya vartamanaha. Okay.
Bhuta bhavishyat vartamanaha. 3 kalas are there. The kalas are considered as legs. Bhuta bhavishyat and vartamana. Okay, then proceed.
Dve shirshe dvau shabdatmanau nityah karyascha.
You said 2 heads. Where are the 2 heads? You said Shabdatmano, 2 kinds of Shabda is there in Vyākaraṇa Shastra. What is there? Nitya and Karyascha. Generally, we do not say Anitya. Anitya, if you say, it will go to Nyaya Darshana.
Okay.
Shabda is Anitya for them. Here, the thing is, try to understand what is Nitya, what is Karya. You said you are going to say rather. Here itself, you are going to discuss in Paspashanikam. Shabda is Kotastha Nitya. Kota means anvil, upon which a goldsmith puts this gold and shapes it into different jewelry. Isn't it? What about the anvil? Anvil does not undergo any change. Kota. Kota kuch nahi badalega. It doesn't undergo any change at all. That is actually Shabda Nityata. One thing. Second thing is Pravaha Nityata. Like just a stream, we don't know how many speakers were there for Sanskrit, how many studied these Shastras. So Sanskrit, this Shabda has been coming since time immemorial. So it is called Pravaha Nityata. So Kotastha Nityata and Pravaha Nityata, 2 kinds of Nityata is there for Shabda, one thing. Second thing is Kotastha Nityata, Pravaha Nityata. Better write Vyākaraṇa Vyākaraṇa. Down the line, write Pratyabhijñānityata. Pratyabhijñānityata hyphen Mīmāṅsakaṇāṁ. This is Kotastha Nityata, Pravaha Nityata we got now. Now, Mīmāṅsakas say Shabdaha Nityaha. But what kind of Nityata they want? What they say is, there is one thing called Pratyabhijñā. Down the line, right? Soyam Devadattaha. So, apostrophe Ayam. Soyam Devadattaha. This is Pratyabhijñā. You know Abhijñāna Shakuntalam? There was some Abhijñānam. Some ring was given. That was an Abhijñānam token. So, the Pratyabhijñā is, earlier, today you have seen one Devadatta. Tomorrow, the same Devadatta, you see, you come across, and you will say, Soyam Devadatta. That particular Devadatta only, this person is the same Devadatta I have seen yesterday. Now you understand Pratyabhijñā? Pratyabhijñā means to remember, to recollect, and say so. Similarly, what Mīmāṅsakas say, yesterday I heard some Akara, the same Akara today also I hear, so Akara is Nitya. If it is not Nitya, it would have perished. So Pratyabhijñā Nityatvam is there. Soyam Gakaraha. Yesterday Gauhu someone pronounced. I heard the Varna Gau. Today also this person said Gauhu. The same Gakara I hear. So Gakara is Nitya. That is their Nityata.
Then what is the difference between Smaranam and Abhijna? Is there any difference or synonym?
Same thing. There Abhijnana Shakuntalam, Shakuntala is supposed to give that ring she has to. That ring was lost in somewhere in a saras when she was just doing something. So later on she could not present us. Then everything happens. So because of Durvasa Shapa also it happened. So anyway, whatever has to happen, that happened. So Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Shakuntala Adhikritya Krito Grantha Kutam Natakam Shakuntalam. Abhijna Pradhanam Shakuntalam Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Madhyam Padropi Samasaha. You are enjoying it at the top.
It's so beautiful to hear. I can listen for the entire night.
Yes, so we have to. So I will understand. This is what is called Do Shabdatmana or Karya. If Shabda is Nitya, what Pāṇini says? Kuni Dhatu, Tavyat Tavyani Yaraha, add Tavya Pratyaya, you will get Kartavyam. Do Karakam, you will get Ramaha, Ramena, Ramabhya, etc. This is Karya. Karya means Ghata is Karya, Mrittika is Nitya. Mrittika, clay, is Nitya. Ghata, when you make it a Ghata, it is Karya. If Karya is going to perish. Vinashitvam vartate Karyasya. The Loka is there. Brahman is Nitya. If you go to Vedanta, Nitya. It doesn't undergo any change. But this world, universe has come now. This is Karya. Kriyate iti Karyam. Karya is made. Made means artificially made. So it is going to perish. Same thing apply here, Vedanta. Ghata is there. Ghata is going to perish. Mrittika will not perish. So here what Pāṇini is doing, although you said Potastha Nitya, Pravaha Nitya, all kinds of Nityata, how can Pāṇini prepare a Vyākaraṇam if you hold on to that Nityata? No, he cannot do. Therefore, that discussion will be there in this Sandhikam only. You are going to study that. So, Pāṇini followed both Nityaha Karyascha. Both are to be taken. You understand? That means in Shabda is anyway Nitya. We do not deny that. But to learn this Shabdas, Pāṇini thought a good device is where he will offer you Prakriti Pratyaya. Take one Prakriti, go on adding hundreds of Pratyayas, you will get so many Shabdas. Prefix some Upasargas, you will get Prahara, Ahara, Samhara, Upahara, Parihara, Apahara. So many Shabdas you are getting. That means he is making Shabdas. That means he is giving some Prakriti, some Pratyaya, asking you to add or Nipata. He is giving Nipata and asking you to just extract Prakriti and Pratyaya. Whatever it may be. This is Karya. Artificially you are doing. But there is no other go for Pāṇini. So he follows both Nitya Karya, Nitya Shabdavada, Karya Shabdavada. So here, Do Shabdatmano, Nityaha Karyascha. Is it okay? Shall we call it a day? 9:40? Sumitra doesn't want to leave. She wants to sit till 5 o'clock. What about Sharma yourself? Because
it's already 12:15 here.
Huh? No. Let us start it. One of Pāṇini Acchāyana Vadnyi Vishya Shabda Vidya Sampradaya Guru Vishaha